people were becoming more intelligent, and they needed explanations for what's going on around them, because before that, as instinctual creatures, you didn't stop to question, like, why is that fruit growing on that tree, or why is the rain falling from the sky, or why is my wife angry with me? All these kind of things. So there are phenomenon outside of us that we needed to understand, and phenomenon inside of us that we needed to understand, and these are becoming, we are depicting them in the only way we know how, symbolically. The other original totemic idol, this symbolic figurine, was the Venus. And that is a fertility goddess, and it's usually this very voluptuous female figure with big breasts and a pregnant belly, and like sometimes even the vulva is shown, and sometimes it's associated with the lunar cycle, the menstrual cycle. The 14 is a midway point. And so the women were going out gathering tubers and roots and nuts and berries and fruit and leaves and what have you. And the main thing that was going on, even more important than the food and the survival, so like the main thing was the survival of the tribe, of us, of the family, and that meant childbirth, child rearing, so the mother was the source of life. And this mystery of life, of pregnancy, of birth, was what they were representing with the fertility goddess, because it was something very important, very valuable. So if you go to these tribal hunter-gatherer cultures, this thing of childbirth is the core. That even further back, go to chimpanzee cultures, the scientists have discovered that the most desirable female, the alpha female, is the one who brings forth the most children, and the most children to maturity. So she's not just a fertile mother, she's a good mother, a nurturer, a caring, loving mother. So fertility is a very important aspect, but more than fertility, it's the concept of a mother that these women are also experiencing out there in nature, because nature provides, gives food. They see the seed, and they see the flower, and they see the fruit. So from the tree, so there's Mother Nature. And so, that's what this figurine represents. And so again, it's not that they are worshipping a goddess, this piece of stone or ivory or whatever it is that they've created. It's that they are dealing with this phenomenon of pregnancy and menstruation and pregnancy and birth and motherhood and nurturing and love. So all of this is bound up with this figure. So it's not just a pagan ritual or pagan object. There's more to it. And the same way that the men were invoking the spirit of the predator to become better hunters, the women were invoking the motherliness of the Venus. Well, okay, Venus is a Roman term for Greek. It goes back, and every culture had their name for this mother goddess, or this fertility goddess. So the women coming back from their gathering, they drop seeds around, and then they see, okay, this thing is sprouting, that seed sprouted, and now we have a plant growing, and now we have a tree growing. So they realize they can plant these things that they've been going out together. They can grow it in their own environment. And so they started growing food. And the men going out hunting sometimes brought back little pups of the animal that they killed, or and they realized that, okay, let's not eat it when it's a baby, let it grow, and then we have so much more to eat. So they became farmers. They became, from hunter-gatherers, they became pastoral agriculturalists, keeping livestock, animal. And they realized they could get milk from these animals and process the milk into different products that last long. And so they enhanced their survival. Now, when you're a farmer, whether you're raising livestock or you're growing crops, it changes very much because now you're not a hunter anymore. So invoking the spirit of the predator is not important to you anymore. Something else is important. The spirit of the mother is still important and will always remain important. But in terms of survival, what do we need? We need sunlight, we need uh, earth, ground, we need water. Like in a particular environment, the sun is a constant, the earth is a constant, but rain, thunder, rain makes or breaks your crops basically, and also your livestock, because if you don't have water, you're not going to survive. So the god of thunder became the top god in the dominance hierarchy of the gods. And so you have all these lesser gods with many different attributes. So, like in the next tier, you have a sun god and the earth god and goddess and the fertility goddesses and all of that. And then below that, you have other phenomenon. And this god of thunder in virtually every culture. And you could say that they were, in a sense, they all come from a root culture. So maybe that's why they all have the same. So like Marduk, the Zeus counterpart, he's the god of thunder, and he's called upon by all the gods to battle the Tiamat, who is this serpentine, this reptilian goddess. What is a dragon? It's got the core of it is this reptilian, snake-like feature, crocodilian kind of creature, but it's also got a predator kind of leonine kind of feature aspect to it. Got this fierce mammalian predator kind of bearing, and it's got wings, like a raptor, like an eagle. These instinctual images are in our brain, so we can immediately recognize danger. It's in our amygdalas, so we don't have to think about it. We don't have to refer to an encyclopedia. By that time, the lion already ate you. So you already immediately know that that's dangerous, and you run from it and you hide from it or what have you. So these images are in our brains. And so in the unknown is this space where all the fears kind of coalesce. And what you get when you put together a snake and a lion and an eagle, you get the dragon. So like the hero Marduk, the god of thunder, was battling against the amalgamation of all of our fears. So if you want to live in a civilized city, like civilization itself, when you live in a city and you have the walls around you, you don't have to worry about the predators anymore. In a sense, you've defeated the dragon. So this is symbolic representation of that, but there's more to it. This kind of classical culture of this, it's where people settled. So like it's only where you have these fertile lands and this good amount of rainfall that you can have settled civilization. That's because there was rain and the god of thunder